Hey, Lex. Invisible Lex. What's going on, dude?
I feel like I just woke up.
Yeah, same. Have a drink.
I think I will.
Have a drink of booze.
I love that sound.
It's a little loud on the mic.
Was it loud?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a directional mic, so it picks up.
Well, I did that for
picks up-
everybody's benefit. How many fingers you want, JJ?
Enough to last me
Is one full finger?
50 minutes.
One of my meat hook fingers there? Shit. I still can't believe Shane asked for 3 fingers. I'm like, really? You want 3 of my fingers?
Just thinking little, like, baby fingers.
So yeah, I poured him a glass of scotch. I kid you not. He's like, "What's this?" I go, "That's 3 fingers." I even like, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I want 3."
Yeah, it's like top of the glass almost.
I mean, check it. 3 fingers. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. That would be like with no ice,
Can't
clear to
even
the
put water
top.
in there. Yeah.
I mean, there's. Yeah.
We're doing Port Charlotte again today.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
You can't argue with Port Charlotte.
No. We've got a whole bunch of it.
All right. Shane says he's a lightweight, but I doubt
Orange
it.
is good stuff.
All right, let's see. How come my glass is the empty one?
I don't. Fill it up.
All right. You want to come grab this, JJ? Put some water in it.
In a jiff.
I feel like a little kid divvying out dessert. Which is the bigger one?
Which one's mine?
That one right in the middle, man. You want some? Here's the water.
Ah, perfect.
So when you were walking in here, I'm holding up the glass. I feel like a kid divvying up dessert. Which one's bigger? That's a pretty stout drink today.
Yeah, well, I need it.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of those days already.
You want any?
Yeah, I definitely need some.
Which one's yours? Are yours?
Good, thank you. We'll let Shane do his own.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little particular
He
about
is
how much water
very
he gets in
particular.
his scotch.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right on. And then
Well,
some chocolate.
oh yeah, liquory chocolate too.
Chocolate.
All right, this is
Oh, what is this one? It's some sort of Swiss.
Camille Blanche.
I can't see that on here.
I can't read it.
I can probably bring it in there.
Yeah, you got to do it, but it's cool, man.
Weirdo.
I roll with what I am.
Drip out.
Strange.
Maybe one of these days, Jordan will let you do the show.
Oh yeah, so you logged in from home today, or is he in today? It was yesterday when I'm sick.
Oh. Jordan, are you in today?
Jordan, if you're in, dude, are you in? Come on in, Jordan. Say hi to everybody.
Very cool. All right. I'm going to go sit down again.
You can get these webcasts for the scotch, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that smells good, man. You cannot argue with Port Charlotte. How come I always get the glass with floaties in it? I mean, seriously. You did get
'cause
the
you
clean
backwash.
glasses, right? You grabbed the clean. JJ grabbed glasses
No,
today.
it's because you backwash.
Dude, I haven't even drank out of it yet.
Yeah, this
Okay, now there's some chocolate floaties in there, but yeah.
Kirsch. I don't know how to pronounce it.
You got some glare on that right in the middle of that, JJ.
I've got a light there.
Oh.
Can't cover it up. Good enough. Whatever. So that's that.
Glass of whiskey in hand. Good for you, Adam. You know, the more you guys drink, the better I am at IT.
For sure.
No, the more you guys drink, the better. Yeah, come on. At least the better
The
you
more
think
we
I-
drink, yeah.
The more you drink.
The more,
Yeah, there-
the more it appears, you're better.
I will say this, though. There is a point. It's kind of like when you're shooting pool or playing darts, you know? Or even golf, for that matter.
Yeah.
You know, you drink just a little bit to loosen up, and then past that, phew, game pretty much over.
Yeah, it's called the In Tech World, it's called the Balmer Peak, I believe. Let me see if I can find the Balmer Peak. Like back when Microsoft. I said, let me see if I can find this
Now you got to explain that one, man. I don't think I've heard that one before.
from XKCD. Let's see if I can bring this up. Ooh. Where's my thing? Hold on. Oh, I need a local.
So, hey, Monica, the dishwasher job, Chris just told me he can automate it with PowerShell. So,
I'm not surprised that he would say that.
so Kelly, is your mic on, dude?
It's not. Now it is.
It is now.
I could hear you laughing in the background. No one else could. I mean, I finally told a joke that was almost funny. If one person who laughs, no one can tell.
I laugh on the inside, man.
Is that what that was?
Oh, yeah.
That's like you had a great courtesy laugh, I must admit.
Well,
So, Kelly, JJ, have we got more questions submitted?
We have a couple,
That's good.
but, you know, if there are more, we are ready, willing, and able to take them.
Cool. So, JJ, you told me you went and saw, what was that movie?
Sausage Fest?
Sausage Fest?
Or not Sausage Fest, Sausage Party.
Sausage Party? What'd you think?
All the same. Definitely not for kids.
Not for kids,
No.
so it was
It
good.
looks like a kid's movie, but don't take your kids to it.
It's a good adult entertainment, huh?
But it's animated.
Yeah, I can't get this image up.
Is it animated?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like a kid's film.
Maybe I should, spend a minute and try and get a reference to some pop culture in my life, huh? Oh.
Here's what I was referencing earlier. I'll
Oh,
put it
okay.
in the, So the Balmer Peak is basically a graph of your programming skill increases exponentially and then drops significantly at a certain blood alcohol level. If you open up that link over in the window, you can see.
Is he talking about the movie?
Where is the link? Oh, that one right there? Balmer Peak?
Sausage
Okay.
Party.
Yeah, let's be careful.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I was saying. Like, all I said was, this is not for kids.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna go into any details at all because you can't.
Okay, you want to hear a funny one?
Hold on. Yeah.
So way back in the day, right? It was like IT Appreciation Day or something on the calendar.
Yeah.
So I made the suggestion the day before that my crew gets to come into work drunk so they could be as intelligent as our end users. I thought it was a funny joke, okay? The VP and CEO of the company I was at just looked at me like, really?
I'm not surprised.
We're-
I'm not.
What do you mean you're not? Come on.
Well, it's
It
not-
was a closed discussion just amongst the three of us.
But did you actually do it?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Did it get like CC'd to one of the guys or what?
No, it was just a verbal discussion. No, they just looked at me like, really? Is that what you think? I'm like, no.
No. Yes.
Yes, yeah, I know. No, I do. I love our end users. I do. The reason I love our end users is because they're sysadmins, man. They're awesome. You know? It is a rare occasion they ever do to us what real end users do to them. So I drink to you guys.
Sorry. That was a fast 10 minutes.
Wow, we burned through 10 already? Okay, so we're taking bets today. How many minutes before showtime does Shane show up? Lately, he's been a little bit early.
He's been good. He's usually here about now, actually.
Yeah. So,
Jeez, dude, you're going heavy today, aren't you?
What was that?
You're going heavy today, aren't you?
It's just so tasty.
No. I just have mine to last. Hey, look at that.
Look at what? Could it be? Is it possible?
Well, maybe.
What time is
He
it?
walked by.
He's not in yet.
Does that count?
He's not in. No. He's got to walk in and grab his ear thingy.
Yeah.
As soon as his hand touches his ear thingy, the timer stops for that. How many minutes before?
Monica says 12.67 seconds.
12.6 seconds.
Before.
Well, she's watched this a lot, apparently. Hey, Matt, yeah, definitely email that in, man. That question.
Yeah, that's fine. That looks good.
Jordan, why didn't you come in, man? You should come in and say hi to everybody so they get at
He
least
did.
see
He,
your face.
he got gun shy. He came in here and he's like,
Really?
Hey, dude.
Okay, one sec. Here it is. I'm looking. You gotta touch your ear thing and the timer stops.
Do you have?
Alrighty.
You don't have a drink for me?
8, right here, my brother.
What about Monster?
8:37.
You want a monster?
What? Oh, till we start.
I was gonna say, what's the time? We haven't put any water in that. Figured you'd want
We
to
were
do your
taking
own.
bets, but we didn't.
Damn, dude.
What? I'm sorry. Would you like me to water your drink?
It's still morning.
It's still morning. Yeah.
It's
that's what
it
I thought.
is, and yeah, we are
I
drinking
just better
scotch.
get my ears on.
Good luck.
You need a monster?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one real quick. Why don't you go grab it for me?
If you're gonna tell me to
Go
go
boy.
do it, I want
Kelly,
the I want the protocol.
Now.
What is it? Was it?
Hey, Shane's.
What's the protocol?
This is-
Hey, punk, give me a drink.
podcast friendly.
Podcast. That's why I say punk. You can say that.
Punk.
Okay.
Go do it, bro. No, you
Oh,
might.
don't worry. Hey,
No, no, man.
Thanks, man.
Kelly's got it.
Oh, Kelly's already got it?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not the punk
Hey,
today.
thanks,
Kelly
Kelly.
is.
Kelly's a good man.
Time out.
Better
Yeah,
man than
Kelly's
all of us.
a better man than all of us, actually.
Yeah, he
The
is.
thing that cracks me
Nice
up
guy.
is like every time I try to have a diva moment, I'm the talent. I want blue M&Ms. Annie just laughs like, whatever. Really?
We all do. We just we can't get past where you refer to yourself as
Talent. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's, actually, anything you say after that is just noise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Even putting it as in quotes is too much.
Air quotes.
Yep.
Hi, JJ.
Is that not my name?
Yes, it does look like
Thanks
that.
very much, Kelford.
You rule, buddy. You didn't even require a protocol to go get it. Would you like me to clip you up there, bro?
Yeah, would you mind? So how are we doing here?
Awesome.
You don't
I'm
have
better
to-
than you because I'm already half a drink ahead of you. So.
You don't have Guinness up and running, huh?
I do. It's right there.
It's subtle.
Subtle. Like
check
the
for the
leather
Windows
in your
10.
car. All right, supple.
It's subtle, like
Oh
the
my
bee. In
What was
subtle.
that?
Where do these exist?
They don't anymore.
Oh wow! So nothing here. This is all old.
Yeah, I actually started cleaning that up last night. I'm like, ah.
Nothing like going up against the clock.
Well, we're not even close. Come on.
6:25.
We got, 6 minutes, 25 seconds easily.
Okay.
Davey, you know how fast those other 10 minutes went by.
That is true. It was funny. It was like 15 minutes prior to the show, and all of a sudden, the kid was like, hey, I think we got a minute to go. I need to get rid of HQ. Or at least in my mind, we should get rid of HQ.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Was that?
Sure.
So how was your was it party, your star
Oh,
party?
the
or whatever?
Perseids party. I suppose
The
all right.
what?
The Perseids
Perseids.
meteor shower.
Oh.
JJ showed up late.
Late.
Shower was over?
I showed up before the
Somebody.
sun went down completely. No, maybe not. No, I showed up about darkness.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was
The
fun.
moon was
It
still
fun.
out.
Okay, I am totally requesting a clean glass next week. I just got a floater on my tongue. Not cool.
Talk to Kristen about that.
Talk to Kristen about it.
She's the one that washes the dishes, right?
Maybe I should just look in the glass before I pour it,
Perhaps.
like, oh, hey, I guess I could wipe that out myself. Did you? Oh, you shut that down? Why would you do such a thing?
I don't know. All right, so we're doing the uninstalls. That's right.
That's what they tell
Hey,
us.
everybody, by the way.
So,
See you.
Apparently, this is when we figure out what we're doing. Hey, look at this. Today we're doing silent uninstalls.
No, I do remember us discussing this.
Don't act like that.
why we have-
Don't act like that.
That's why we have a whole half-an-hour meeting.
We want everybody to feel like this is coming right off the cuff.
There we go.
Let's pretend that we don't plan for this.
Well, here's the thing. If you tell everyone we plan for it as bad as we do, I mean, we don't have an excuse. If
People
it's we
have-
show
people
up and
have
go,
seen
hey, check it out, we're doing this today.
People have seen our early episodes.
Well, this is one that
We've done before.
yeah, this just,
We've done videos
we'll just
on.
figure it out. We kind of know what to cover, I think. That being said, if you guys have any questions, by all means, throw them down, please.
See
Get
if
sure to
we
use
have-
it. I think
Get
we,
to them, but
Hey, we're introducing a new feature. It's called Phone a Friend. So when we get stumped,
is that what it is?
Brig?
we were doing that last week with Brig, yeah.
Yeah, we did that last week with Brig. Except I didn't call it Phone a Friend, but it seemed to be a Phone a Friend.
You don't have friends.
Phone your friends,
Phone
all
a
right?
coworker.
That works.
Phone your friends.
No one likes you.
You know, there's a reason for that.
I so tolerate. I
I so
tolerate you.
almost tolerate you. Yeah, he says that, but you ought to see us hanging out after work.
Yeah, we need to do that more.
We do.
I ought to see that.
I ought to see that. Never have, because it's never happened. You missed it. JJ had a big use the highlighter written on this.
Yeah, and you deleted it. That was meant for Shane.
That was meant for Shane?
You guys, we should do, we haven't done Taco Tuesday for a long time.
I was just gonna say that. and
You know,
were
we do
talking
need to do
about-
Taco
yeah.
Tuesday. That was a good time. Although the place we used to go, there was a shooting.
Oh, there's always shootings of it. No, not the Cantina place. The
Well, no, the Devil's Daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a shooting.
Oh,
there.
there's shooting there too?
It's fantastic.
There's shootings at all of our Taco
All
Tuesday
our
joints.
Taco Tuesday joints, yeah. All right, next week's Taco Tuesday. We all say that, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'm not showing up.
What's that? No, it's fine. I told him he could wear it. I told Shane he could wear the hat.
You need anything? I'm gonna
It's
lock
not
this thing.
green, so.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm waiting for Shane to get like a tattoo of like a green screen.
That way I wouldn't have to do this anymore, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. That's your retirement tattoo. It's
What
I'm done.
tattoo is this?
just a solid green square or something.
On his arm, so he doesn't have. Yeah.
It's awesome.
You know, like when Cassidy used to just wear green. Or no, it wasn't Cassidy. It was
Annalisa used
Annalisa. She'd show up in like a green shirt.
to. So she didn't have to
So
be
she
on
didn't have to be on
camera.
there. Yeah. I think we got the point after a while.
Yeah, we figured that out eventually.
What's odd is that she's in theater. I mean, that's what she's always on stage.
Annie?
We're talking about Annie.
No, oh, you're talking Annie. I think
Annie
you're
would
talking
wear,
Cassidy.
Annie would wear.
That's awesome. All right, I think we're good. I don't know.
It's never stopped us before when we haven't been, so.
Right?
Are we gonna mention anything about Annie being gone today?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
I couldn't hear that. What was that?
If we're, Annie's.
Ugly Annie.
Ugly Annie.
Call Kelly Ugly Annie. Annie with a 5 o'clock shadow. That's just horrible.
Yeah. I'll ask Stephen.
Was
Hey guys, Sean does not want us to mention.
Understandable. Absolutely.
That's awesome. And she's not pregnant any longer.
Oh, we have what? 50 seconds?
I don't know. I didn't think I pick at the chats.
45. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Let's pretend we're professional and
Nice
do this.
hat. Thanks, Matt. I had this hat. I had to get a new model. I had this hat worked in. It's an Australian kangaroo. I had
Yeah.
it for years and years.
Head
I
finally
lost it.
trained that thing?
Lost it last year somewhere.
Where did you lose it?
I don't know. I think a jazz game or something, but I could not. I scoured, and I finally just had to go buy a new one. But I had that other one just
Where did you
dialed
find
in
that thing?
online. But I got my other one when I was going down
Working with Adam.
working with Adam every
Australia,
all the time
yeah.
in Australia. Yeah.
10 seconds.
Stephen's given us okay to say.
Thanks for being with us today for the webcast. We've got a really great topic for you today. As a matter of fact, we're calling this our Sound of Silence webcast. Yeah, we're going to talk about silently uninstalling applications using PDQ Deploy and PDQ Inventory. We'd love to get your questions. Just post them up there on our chat window. We'll get to as many as we can. And at the end, we'll pick a couple of great questions, and you'll get some PDQ swag. In order of size and popularity, we have the coffee mug, the whiskey tumbler, and of course, the shot glass. Let's get started.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Welcome, welcome. Cheers.
it's cool.
We're going to uninstall applications. Going to show you different ways of uninstalling applications. Obviously, we're going to try to do this silently.
We're going to show you some things you're going to run into if you're not doing it right. That usually happens, so you're aware of what's going on. What else?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's a runtime.
Go ahead and give the announcement about Annie if you want.
Oh, hey, so, you guys, you've been seeing 5 o'clock Shadow Annie, which is Kelly, right? Annie went and had a baby, had a little girl named Lexi, cute as can be, and she's out for a
We
little
are
bit.
wondering if Lex is the namesake.
I sincerely doubt it.
I would
sincerely
sincerely
hope
She tolerates me less than the rest of you guys, honestly. So, no, she's a sweetheart, and, we wish her and Lexi the best.
Yep, absolutely. So, hey, rock on, Annie. I know you're not watching. I hope you're not watching.
But I think Steven is.
Yeah, she's got some knuckles, I just know. She's going to come back. I owe you two.
Rock our worlds.
Yeah, no kidding. So,
We're dead.
anywho, should we hit it?
Let's do it.
let's do it.
All right.
All right, so we're going to be covering both programs as far as PDQ today. We're going to talk about inventory because there's ways to uninstall software.
From inventory and ways to do it mass-wise from deploy.
Mm-hmm. So let's go. We're just going to start right off. Number one, obviously, a lot of you use PDQ Deploy to install software silently. But now, how can you uninstall? And that's you're going to follow the same kind of rules to uninstall, but it's not as cut and dry, honestly.
Yeah.
In many cases.
Sometimes you got to do a little Google foo. A lot of times we check on how you install and kind of mimic that for a sound uninstall too. So
let's go
first
ahead.
thing with inventory is just make sure, it's good to run a good scan before you do it so you get the most current information. Otherwise you could be uninstalling something that's not there.
Correct.
Make an attempt at it. So.
Correct. I'm going to go to the collection library. There's several different types of uninstalls. Now, if you use inventory and you've got this requires pro or higher mode.
Yeah.
This won't be able to be done in the free mode. But when you scan your applications, I'm going to come down here to Firefox and just look at some latest Firefox here. And
I think we should do it on Fry because that's Chris's machine. Let's uninstall from Chris's machine.
we'll open up Carla. All right, so here's
Chicken, you are such a chicken, man.
I have to work with that guy. All right, so here's the computer Carla. Now we're going to show you how you can do a couple of uninstalls from inventory. First of all, if the application is installed via an MSI, and you can tell if there's an uninstall. In fact, I'm going to make this set the default. I'm sorry, I'm going to reset this so that it normally does.
I just made it nice for everybody so we didn't have to adjust.
That's cool, but if they look at
Default,
that,
so you
you
gotta
go,
find it.
hey,
Good point, okay.
what's going on here? So this is the default application window. Now notice we've added this several versions ago. We added not only the application name and stuff, but we also showed you where we find that in the registry. The Hive. This is really important. I mean, generally it's going to be an HKey local machine. It's going HKey local machine software or software WoW 6432 node. Microsoft Windows uninstall. This is the same area when you go to. Let me just open this up. When you go to your control panel. In XP, it was add remove programs. Ever since then, it's been programs and features. Anything you see in here is generally in the uninstall key usually in program in the HKey local machine. It's the uninstall key. This is how you want to uninstall something manually. Obviously, you can just go and click on that, and it runs an uninstall string and usually presents you with some windows. This is when you do it manually. Well, we grab that if the vendor provides an uninstall string.
We grab that information.
We
store
grab
it.
that information. Yep. And you'll see the uninstall string there. But here's the thing: the uninstall string, we're just grabbing it as it is, which means this usually means it's going to be an interactive. You have to make it silent.
Yeah.
And a caveat there is if it's an MSI, in other words, we see MSI exec, for example here, we actually make it quiet by adding the /qn, and we take the /i and replace it with a /x. So if you were to look in the registry under this application, you would actually see something slightly different. Basically what we're saying is we know how to make the MSI silent. So for most part, an MSI uninstall from inventory,
Slam dunk, yeah.
For the most part, it's a slam dunk. Let's just even look at Java 8, Update 101. Notice it's an MSI exec. I can just right click on this and say uninstall. And it brings up a remote command window.
Yeah.
But when this remote command window is instantiated from the applications window in inventory, we add a couple of additional success codes, the 3010 and the 1641. 3010 is the MSI code for the installation or uninstallation was successful, but you need to reboot.
Yep.
And 1641 means it was successful and it's rebooting right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we want those to be successful. Notice we've done this, it adds the computer Carla. So this is a great way to just do it one-off. I want to just uninstall.
Again, you can also look at that command line. I mean, we just got the end of it right there, but you can scroll back through there or make that window bigger. And you can see, there you go.
That's the uninstall. And notice how we've added the /qn and the /x. What was that, JJ?
Center that bad boy up. There we go.
So now it's a simple case of hitting run. Now in some cases, you might need to actually kill the process of the application that you're running. You could do that here. I could show you how to do it. But
put a task kill, a little ampersand, and then run the thing.
That's how you concatenate the different commands.
Yeah.
So basically what I'm saying, if that's the case that you need to do that, which is rare, if you have to do this, we'd recommend just now going to PDQ Deploy.
Yeah.
But you could do something like a task kill.exe /f/im. IM means image. It means you have to name the process. So it'd be like Java w.exe or something. And then do an ampersand. And that means it's going to run the first command and then the second.
Yeah.
2 ampersands means it will run the second command if the first one returns a 0 exit code. Just a little. But anyway, notice this came back as 0. It uninstalled. Now, at this point, we don't do a rescan. We don't automatically rescan this. This is a feature that's coming up where you can, in a future version of inventory, you can say after running a remote command, I want to rescan the computer.
Well, let's say, before you do that, man, let's say you did another uninstall on that. You get a 1605 error.
Very good. I like the way you think. So if I run that again, notice it's gone. We just need to rescan the computer so that this goes away. But we'll get a 1605 error most likely.
Which means it doesn't exist on the machine. So if you get 1605 errors, again, it's an easy enough thing to Google, but yeah, 1605.
And that's a Microsoft installer. It's an MSI code. 1605 just means the application you're trying to do something with doesn't exist. So anyway, now if I were to rescan this computer, you'll see Java goes away.
Yeah.
So a question, then that's the MSI.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to an EXE,
it's a whole nother ballgame,
that's
man.
where you have to do some homework and find out what the silent uninstall parameter is. Now generally it's the same parameter as the silent install. So there is a silent install parameter for Firefox. It's -ms, as in Mike Sierra, probably Mozilla silent, but -ms. So if we come over here to Firefox, there's Firefox. I'm going to hit uninstall. By the way, notice the Java went away after we scanned it. Remember, it grabs the value in the uninstall string value from the registry. So this is usually an interactive command.
So if you were to run this without the silent install?
it would most likely hang.
Just hang,
Yeah, it would most likely hang because what it would be doing is running, in this case, the helper.exe, which would present a window that would be hidden so the user wouldn't see it, that says, hey, do you want to, are you sure
What do you
want
wanna
to remove
do?
Firefox or whatever application?
Yeah.
So it will hang because this runs non-interactively and a remote command, and the user will never see it, but that window is still open. The process, you would see the process still running if you looked at the process, if you looked at the processes that are running. Basically, it'll hang.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. So you want to do this as a -ms. Once again, this is for
Now, is
Firefox.
it a dash MS or a slash MS?
It's a dash.
Okay, now the way to confirm that again, Google Foo, guys.
Yeah.
Silently uninstall Firefox.
If you were to go, yeah, you could do that. You could, once again, since a lot of the times it's the same command. Now, we actually, in the package library, we install Firefox. There's two ways to do it silently. There's via an INI file or the command line parameter. We actually do the INI file. You wouldn't do it in this case. You would do the Firefox silent install. We'll just do the install. And you'll see that if you were to come in here and take a peek, you would find a -ms. There it is right there. All
Now,
right.
if you scroll down on
That
that,
looks like, so the slash, you could do a slash uppercase as to uninstall. I do know that the -ms also does work.
yeah. So just again, guys, confirm it. You know, it takes you a minute to do it. Test it. It works.
But notice we said uninstall, but then we had to make a change. So we do get support requests, people saying, hey, I hit uninstall and it just kind of is
Didn't work,
hanging
just
there. What's
kinda
going on? You got to make it silent. If it's an MSI, we try to do that for you. There are a few cases where an MSI might need additional properties specified, but for the most part, the MSIs, as Lex mentioned.
Yep, they're slam dunks. Now, just remember, if it hangs, usually means you're missing a parameter. So
I'm going to hit F6 there
to scan it.
to scan it.
Okay, so that got a
Firefox
code
is
0. It worked. It uninstalled. I still think we should have done this on Chris's machine.
Sorry,
He wouldn't
Chris.
even know. I don't even think he uses Firefox.
I watched him use it yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, then we should definitely do it. Although
Lex
messing with-
Lex does not represent me. Notice Firefox went away. Okay, so here's a question that some people are going to ask, and that is, all right, that's great. That's a one-offer.
How do I
can
do a bunch of machines?
on a
Yeah.
bunch of machines? And I want to use inventory. What would you do?
Well, what I would do is I'd pull up like we just did, and get the uninstall string, and then I'd build a
Okay.
package.
Well, let's say you don't want to use PDQ Deploy quite yet. I want to do this on multiple machines without having to go through each one.
Oh, okay.
By the way, do we have any questions? I guess we should probably pop any. If we have any questions, pop them up. All right.
This question is from future Italian Prime Minister Massimo R. I want to uninstall a specific application, one or more than one, on all computers of a collection. Is it possible to uninstall a specific application on several computers, starting from the uninstall feature, kind of bulk
what
uninstall in
we're talking
PDQ
about.
Inventory? If not,
Perfect.
is there a way to do this?
Okay, so this is actually what we're talking about. Hi, Massimo.
Hey.
All right, so the way you're going to do it is through cut and paste, or copy and paste. So I'm going to open up. Now, we're not going to do it to the entire collection because, once again, we don't want to do that.
That would be not cool.
Yeah, that would be not cool. But anyway, we'll show you how to do this. So I'm going to go to Firefox. Let's say, once again, we're talking about Firefox here. And I'll just go to Heineken. Now, keep in mind that some of these uninstall strings are per version.
Yeah, yeah.
So we know that these are all the same version because we're looking at the latest collection. But maybe if you got a bunch of different versions, with Firefox, it's fine. But certain MSI execs, they're going to actually have the product code that differs per version.
Yeah.
So you have to, you can kind of hit and miss. We'll cover that in a moment. So I'm going to go over here to Firefox. There it is, Mozilla Firefox. You can put your mouse over this. Now, I could say, once again, uninstall, but that just pulls this up for this particular computer. So I could either copy it from here or put my mouse over the uninstall there and just say copy. All right. Now I'm going to go back to this collection, and you can do a remote command. You can right click, or you can just go to the tools menu and just say remote command. And now it throws all the computers in this collection here, and all you got to do is hit paste, Control V, do your -ms, and this is where you'll hit all of these computers in this collection. We're not going to do it once again. We'll do it on a few of them. How's that? So let's just grab a couple We'll do. Let's see. Hey, we could do Guinness. That's ours. We can do Guinness. We'll do Heineken. I'm just gonna do just a few of these here and
do
there.
Lopan.
No,
That's Briggs. I'm just feeling I'm in one of those moods today.
It's harsh.
I just
So
want
I'm just going to select. I'm going to select 3 of these. Go to Tools, Remote Command, Paste. There you go. -MS. Now, if it's an MSI, you might want to, or if you happen to know the success codes that might differ, this is where. Remember, since this was not instantiated from the uninstall command, and we didn't pre-populate this. This is where you might go like 1641, 3010. Not important for Mozilla, but just keep that in mind. You might have to modify those success codes. So we've just pasted that in there, space -MS. And let's just check this out. We got Firefox here, because Guinness is one of the machines we're going to do this on. So there's Firefox. Hit run. And notice it's going to select, thank you for zooming in, it's going to select a couple of computers. Or one computer. You just have to, you can look at the return code of each of these computers as they return. That's how you can verify. So we can see Guinness is done, Heineken, Millhouse is still working. So let's come over here to see if Firefox is gone. There's no Firefox, all right. But once again, we still have to scan these computers. So I've still got these computers selected. I'm just going to go to Scan Computers, Applications. I'm not even sure if Millhouse ever finished. Maybe there's a problem with Millhouse. Nope, he finished. Just took him a few seconds longer. 29 seconds versus the others, which came back in a total number of what, 5?
5, 6 seconds, yeah.
All right, so these should be removed. Heineken's gone, Guinness is gone, and then of course Millhouse, sayonara. So that's how you can do that. Hopefully that answers your question, Massimo. It's a copy and paste.
Yeah.
But what Lex was leading up to is you might want to do this from deploy. And if you want to do that from deploy, we've still got that, and we've still copied that.
I think you've got a little more control, because one, I can task kill. I mean, granted, you could do it here, but it's just like a long string. I can task kill, I can reboot. There's so many things I can do at that point.
So let's come over here to deploy. Now, notice in deploy, under preferences, deployments, we do have this set to scan after. You do have to have inventory, obviously, and you have to have the pro version at least of both programs. But there's a scan after deployment where we say after a deployment, scan the target computer. In this case, we're using the application's scan profile.
Get that data current.
So let's just create a new package real quick. We'll call this Uninstall. How about if I spell it correctly?
Isn't all.
I can't respect anyone who can't spell any word at least 2 different ways.
I'm going to use a command step. We'll delete the install, and the command step will just say uninstall. My goodness, I suck.
Have a drink there, Shane.
Obviously, the step title is not that important. You could literally just paste that in there. Now, if this file doesn't exist, you could get an error.
Yep.
So you might want to make a change to...
Whoa, before you go any further, man, silent parameters, bro.
We will. You might have to come in here to options and say, even if this fails, continue. Okay? Because you might want to run something else. But I'll keep that start deployment with error. Do a -MS. All right? But maybe you want to do a task kill before. Now, I could do it here. I could just simply place it up here, task kill. But I'm actually going to create another step. Move that up. We'll kill Firefox.
Now, why are you moving that? Why are you doing that separately?
Because just because the different error codes.
Well, yeah, it's more granular control, though, right? I mean, if it stops here, I don't have to run the next line, right?
I'm just that way. So system root is the variable for Windows. System32. That is where this is where the task kill exe exists. Task kill /f to force it. IM is the image, because there's also a /PID if you happen to know the PID, which changes.
Yeah.
I'll say Firefox.exe. If you're using task kill, you'll like to add the /120 or the 128 error code. That means it tried to stop a process that wasn't running. If you don't add that there, this will fail. But you could also just come over here and say, even if it fails, continue. But we've covered both bases here. So there's task kill Firefox. There's the uninstall Firefox. Now remember, if you want, you can do a file condition here in the conditions by saying only if this file exists. I'm not going to go into that right now, but you could do that if you want. We'll save it.
I was going to say, if you're going to do that file condition, I'd start it at step 1. Because then you don't have to run the rest of it on there.
You
Right?
can do that. Well, you'd want it for each step where you're expecting it.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
Now we'll just choose targets, PDQ inventory. We'll go and find a handful of these, Massimo, because this is also an answer to your question.
Let me
And for
type a
anybody
few of those in.
Yeah, you can type them in, or I'm just going to come over here and go to internet browsers, Firefox, 32-bit.
Who do I want to mess with today? That's what I would say.
We'll do Doherty. And
Hammer Time. Fry, Grace, Lagertha, Potbelly.
I'm going to do
Don't.
Rancid.
Don't.
That's yours.
Oh, that's just
yours.
cold. Man.
That's
Don't mess with
yours.
me. Don't mess with my machine.
And then you hit deploy. All right. So this will now run this uninstall, kill that, yada yada. So let's take a peek. Unless there's any other questions, let's move on because yeah, we talked about Firefox. We talked about the MSIs, which are largely a slam dunk. But let's take a peek.
JJ, you got one? Let's take it.
It's an inventory question, but yeah.
Should we do it? Let's do it.
I know the answers, but we'll do it anyway.
Dear Shane and Lex, can you select more than one computer to uninstall an application? Jorge T.
Hey Jorge. Okay, so it's not using inventory. What we're gonna have to do is find that application, find that uninstall string, and then multi-select your computers and do a remote command and paste that.
Just
that
like we
uninstall
just showed
string in
you.
there. Yeah, that's what you're gonna want to do. You can't just right-click, you select a bunch, right-click, and say uninstall, and it will do that.
Yeah.
Because
It won't know what you're going to
yeah, you select the uninstall from not the collection window, but the actual computer window. So it's only got that computer and the application on that computer in context. So it's the only one that it's going to do. So you just there's a way to do it. It's not incredibly intuitive, but grab your uninstall string and then multi-select remote command. Let's come over here. Let's just go. I want to show you guys a couple of different ones. So we've got Costanza as a computer. Costanza has Notepad++, has PDF Creator, and it's got Foobar. So I think we're going to cover. We'll cover mostly that. Does it? Maybe. Yeah. We'll see this. So here's the thing. How do you silently install Notepad++? Well, let's go over here to obviously Google Foo, but we've got that package in the package library. I'm going to go to Notepad++, open it up, go to the install step, and you see we've got a /S. That is the silent parameter.
All intents and purposes, you're probably going to hit a home run with that.
So how would I do that from inventory or from deploy? It's kind of the same thing. I'm going to go to Notepad++, right-click, uninstall. But once again, you have to add the silent parameter. This is an exe. So space /S should take care of it. Obviously, test this. What I'm saying, the general rule is the same parameter you use to install is often the same parameter you use to uninstall. So we'll hit run.
Jeopardy music plays. I grab my drink. You should grab your drink too, because you're way behind. Oh, no, you're not.
Good stuff.
Right?
Good stuff. Did I hear just good stuff from you there, JJ?
You did, yeah.
Wee-hoo.
While we're waiting, I'm going to actually do a remote desktop too.
To Costanza? The password is password1.
All right, so this
Hey, check
this
that
finished.
out, man. Social distortion.
Yeah,
I love it.
This finished. It's
Return code 0.
Notepad++. So if you look, Notepad++ is not going to exist in anywhere here. Notice it's not in there. We could do a rescan. Hit F6, and Notepad++ should go away. So that's uninstalled. Now, the reason I have Foobar up is Foobar is a slight modification. If you look at the Foobar installation, Foobar is a media player. Do I have that installed here?
No.
All right, so we're going to go to package library. Just grab Foobar.
By the way, Social Distortion, best band ever.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's a
absolutely.
decent band.
No. Best. Better than Five Finger Death Punch.
I'll stack Tom Waits.
1,000 times better than ABBA. Tom.
I'll stack Tom
Okay,
Waits up against it.
he's. I would say neck and neck.
Neck and
with
neck.
Mike Ness.
Can we move the camera over there?
There's going to be a fight.
There's going to be a
fight.
I feel a hate crime coming on. All right. So here's Foobar. I'm going to open this up. Let's go to the install step. Foobar / uppercase S. But here's the thing about Foobar.
Let's do /S. I want to see it fail.
Oh, well, before we do that, Foobar can be a little odd. That's why I have it up and running. And let's go to...
I didn't notice any Tom Waits on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's because Tom Waits hasn't stooped to virtual machines.
Ooh. Yes.
So I'm going to go to
Social
Foobar.
Distortion
So
is
I'm
loved
gonna,
by all.
notice the uninstall string. I'm going to just right click and say uninstall. Notice they've already added another parameter here. Underscore. Sorry, I'll center that. Sorry, DJ. They've added the uninstall exe, and then they've got the path. Guess what? You can't make it silent this way. When you run this, it's going to ask you, do you want to delete stuff in the, the library?
Yeah.
Basically, and that's per
Delete your
user.
MP3s
That's
and stuff,
per
right?
user, yeah. So if I were to run this, it would hang. If I were just to append a /s, it would also hang. Actually, it would probably give me an error. I think it gives me an error. In the case of Foobar, this is where you have to test it out. Just remove that guy, that last parameter that's pre-populated, and do a /s. But you probably want to kill Foobar before, right? This is just one of those things you kind of have to
Try
figure
it,
out.
test it.
So what I've done, let me just do this really quick. I've got a package out on this server. I just did this morning.
You need to learn how to type today.
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Should I help him or should I let him fail? Epic. There you go, buddy.
There we go.
All right. Don't be channeling me on here.
Right?
That's why I'm not allowed to touch the keyboard, guys. I can't type with
So
anybody
I
watching.
can't either. All right, so I think I've got it in here. Yeah. Uninstall Foobar. So this is a package that was just barely created because I want to show you, if you want to be a little bit more thorough, Jeffrey, I've got a kill Foobar where we're going to actually task kill the Foobar 2000 exe. And notice I say continue just in case it fails, but I do have the 128 in case it's not running. And then we uninstall. Now this is only going to be for 64-bit because it's the program files x86 directory. So in the conditions I've got the 64-bit. And notice I've also got a file condition to say only if uninstall.exe exists in the Foobar 2000 program files x86. And then we'll delete the Foobar directory.
Is that where all the music's kept?
Nope.
No.
We'll delete the Foobar directory. The music is kept, in this case, on a file server. It's just this step
point
4
of it.
removes the Foobar apter.
Okay.
And so we're logged on right now as the dude. And if you were to go to run, so this step 4 was only going to work, and this is only if you really want to be serious about it. Notice in app data, which is, in this case, is for the dude Jeff Lebowski. You'll see that there's a Foobar 2000 with all that information in there. So this is if you want to delete this from the logged on user. Let's give it a go. This may not even work.
We test live.
Right. Oh, and by the way, for this one, I'm actually saying, I said after, it needs to be app data. That's just, once again, the title is not important, but remove Foobar from the logged on user. That means in the options, I say run as logged on user. There's actually another condition you can do to say only run this step if a user is logged on. Don't even bother if a no user is logged on. So we're logged on. We've got this. There's our program files. We'll pull up app data, and you'll see Foobar there. So basically, if this works, these directories should be removed.
Again, do a little research and do it thorough. I mean, clean your machines up so you don't got a lot of orphan files and stuff. It's, a little bit of work before
Yep.
it takes care of a lot of work later.
All right, so we're running this right now really quick. We should see Foobar die, this program die, once this kicks off. It's still connecting. Yeah, go ahead and throw the question if you want.
Our final question comes from the woman that inspired Kiss to write the song, Beth. Would it be best practice to always kill tasks before uninstalling in cases where background services may be running when users are logged on?
Here's the thing, Beth. Best practice,
It wouldn't hurt.
it'd be thorough.
It would not hurt.
Or to quote Maud from the Big Lebowski, thorough, Jeffrey.
Thorough.
It would be thorough to do that. However, there are some uninstalls. Java is actually one of them. There are some uninstallations that when that uninstall that the vendor built is kicked off, it actually kills
the
that
process.
process. So as far as best practice, it depends on the application. As far as being thorough and covering your bases, yes.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah.
but that also makes it a little more difficult when you're doing it from inventory. Anyway, so we've run this. Let's look at this. The output log. Yes, it did kill Foobar. The uninstall, it just ran this uninstall /S. Returned an error code on deleting the Foobar directory. Maybe it was, I probably should have put a sleep in there. And then it says it succeeded on this one. So let's take a peek at this guy. Sure enough,
Foobar's
it's not
gone.
running. In the app data, Foobar is not there. It might be here now. Nope, it's gone. So there was probably just a timing issue. You might want to put a sleep in there
Yeah.
after the uninstall, sleep for like 2 seconds, there's a sleep step, and then delete that directory. And incidentally, to delete a directory, we're just using...
Remote directory.
Yeah, remote directory? You mean remove?
I said remove.
Oh, I thought
He
you
said
said
remove.
remote. All right, I'm sorry. RD.
RD,
You
baby.
could also use rmdir if you're old school. But yeah, if you look at the commands, it's just rd/s/q/s means all subdirectories as well. /q means do it quiet. There's the path. Now remember, app data, in step 4's case, that is per user. That's why it's imperative that you say run as the logged on user. If you did not do that, if you just kept the default deploy user, it would try to delete Foobar in this case.
Whatever
Quintana.
credentials you're using.
Yeah, it would try to delete it there. It wouldn't find it. We also say, only run if the user's logged on. Okay, so that's a kind of a thorough way. I want to show you guys another application, though. We'll go back over here to inventory. Let's close, if it stands up. Let's go back over here to inventory. PDF Creator. Now, PDF Creator is one of those, there's many applications that are built, not the /s is not the silent parameter. PDF Creator is one of those. How do you find out? Google Foo, or if you installed this from PDQ Deploy, look at those. Let's go to PDF Creator. Look at your silent parameter. Now notice the silent parameters in PDF Creator are quite extensive, right? Force installs, SP dash, all that. In these cases, if you see anything like this from the JR Soft builder, the I can't, now the name is leaving me. Anyway, if you see that /silent or very silent, do the very silent.
Yeah.
All right. So in this case, for PDF Creator, I could just simply come over here, say uninstall PDF Creator, and do a /. It's not case sensitive like the uppercase S is, and do a very silent.
Is very silent like, no, really, I mean it?
Well, there's okay, so that's a good question. When you're using this builder, the silent means you might show, if you were to run this interactively, it would show the installation windows. It just wouldn't ask you for any confirmation. It would just show you the status of the installation. It said that's /silent. That means you don't have to answer any questions. Very silent means not only do you not have to answer questions, it doesn't try to display on the local desktop, which is kind of what you want. So a very silent, hit run. It's similar in MSI, MSI exec. There's a /q, which is quiet. There's a /qb, which stands for quiet basic, and that's the same as, in this case, as /silent.
Yeah.
Basic QB means you're going to show the dialog or the statuses, the status boxes, the windows, but you're not going to ask for anything. The QN is quiet, no UI. So
Yep. Hey, there it is.
now we'll do an F6, and PDF Creator should go sayonara. Now the reason why Foobar is gone is we had done this from PDQ Deploy, and we have the scan after.
Auto-scanned, yep.
So it automatically said, hey, let's scan this target computer, and sure enough, Foobar was gone. So I guess one of the biggest takeaways is Unless it's an MSI,
Got to do a little homework on
yeah,
it.
you got to do your homework. Don't expect it just to be, silent just because I hit right click, uninstall. No, we don't know what all of those are. They vary per application. Not only do they vary per vendor, they often vary per application per vendor.
Yeah.
So do some homework. It's usually a fairly quickly
Quick Google foo.
do it. Yeah, whatever. I'm drunk.
Are you really? Wow. All right. Hey, here's to
This is what
drinking
happens
more
when you
than
have
Shane and I
scotch
drink.
and only an apple for breakfast.
I love that.
If you guys have any questions or suggestions for webcasts, by all means,
yeah.
let us know. Thanks, Leslie.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers. Congrats, Annie.
Thanks for joining our webcast today. Big congratulations going out to Jorge T. and Beth G., winners of PDQ Swag. Send us an email at webcast@adminarsenal.com. We'll get that sent out to you. And don't forget, join us next week for PDQ&A. If you have any additional questions, we're going to knock them out of the park next week. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next Thursday.